Okay. Well, we welcome you back here to Legion Field, and we do appreciate the interview there with Adrian Powell, the senior captain from the Roseburg girls tennis team. Good luck to them coming up as they get into the conference tournament starting on Thursday down in Medford. We get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader. This is your brief Dr. Kobernick Family Dental pregame show for Game 2 of our doubleheader today between the Roseburg Indians and the Sheldon Irish. Give them a call if you're looking for some dental services, 673-6525, or stop by at 1600 Northwest Hewwood in Roseburg. That interview was brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home. A reminder there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Supercuts starting lineup for Game 2. Supercuts, save time, check them out online at supercuts.com. Leading things off will be Dylan Hansen catching for the Irish. The left fielder is Dawson Prickle. He'll bat second, followed by first baseman Bruce Nealon, who will hit third. The cleanup man is the pitcher for Game 2. That is Patrick Herbert, followed by the shortstop. That is Cal Morgan. Batting in the sixth spot is the third baseman, Isaiah Lugo. In right field is Christian Horn, batting seventh. The second baseman, Nate Brown, will bat eighth, and in the ninth spot will be the center fielder, and that's Eli Sino. They will face off against the righty, Cody Johnson. The senior will get a chance to start here in Game 2. He comes in with a 1-2 win-loss record, 4.2 ERA, 27 strikeouts to 16 walks. He's pitched 28 and a third innings. He's had some tough luck losses in there, but Cody is one of the top pitchers for the Roseburg Indians this season for sure. Get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader here. And thanks so much for staying with us throughout today's broadcast. We welcome everybody in that might be watching the game streaming live online at 541radio.com. First pitch of Game 2, line drive to center field. It gets over the top of Garrett Russell, and that's going to roll all the way to the fence. It bounces off the fence. Hansen heading for third, and the relay throw back in is well offline. It's a leadoff triple for the Irish. Dylan Hansen leads things off, and that one a blast out to center field. Russell misplayed it just a little bit, came in, and it got over the top of him, that line drive carrying. And so he just got over the top of him. Of course, Garrett, not necessarily the biggest guy out there, but he can cover ground. He just misread that one, and it's a leadoff triple for the Irish. Man on at third with nobody out against Cody Johnson. Dawson Prickle, the left fielder, will stand in, and the first pitch is called for strike one. The 0-1 ground ball will get through the hole at short, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Irish here early on. Back-to-back base hits, a single and a triple, or a triple and a single, and that's an RBI single there for Prickle. Right through the left side, just squeezes it through there. 1-0 Sheldon in front. First baseman Bruce Nealon will stand in next. Much better start here for the Irish. Their first run of the afternoon. They did not score in Game 1 of the doubleheader. First pitch to Nealon is a strike on the outside corner. If anything you can take solace in here early on for Roseburg is that the pitcher, Cody Johnson, has been throwing plenty of strikes early on against the Irish hitters. They've just been able to find the open spot and a misplay in center field on a ball that usually you think Garrett's going to catch. As a ball softly lined over short will fall in. Third straight hit to start out the game. Russell bobbles a bit in center, left center, but hauls it back in and holding to just 90 feet. The runner from first. Prickle will stop at second. Triple, single, and it's been a hot start here against Cody Johnson for the Irish. One run in already. Runners at first and second with nobody out, and Patrick Herbert will hit next for Sheldon. First pitch here for Herbert from Johnson. Comes set, checks the bags, and fires in, and it's a pitch low and outside for ball one. The 1-0 for Herbert in the dirt goes to a 2-0 count. Delivery from Johnson. Still working to get everything all squared away here, and he misses again. It's a 3-0 count here against Patrick Herbert, starting pitcher for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. 2 on, nobody out. The 3-0 delivery for Johnson. See what he goes to for a strike, and his fastball is low and outside for ball 4. First 4 hitters have gotten on base. Roseburg looking to try and win this one to pull off a sweep, and it's a quick visit out to the mound to help out Cody Johnson here. Richie Charles will head out there. Bases loaded, nobody away here in the top of the first inning. We ran through your Supercut starting lineup for the Irish. Let's look around the diamond defensively at the starters for the Indians out there. Look around the diamond brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. And behind the plate is Terrell Jacks. Out at first, Jonathan Stone. At second base, Luke Van Norman getting his second straight start. At shortstop is Caden Johnson. Zach Mandera playing at third after getting the win on the mound in Game 1. In left field, Doran Gillespie. In center field, Garrett Russell. And in right field, Jet Black. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Indians will look like they'll be willing to surrender a run if they can get a double play up the middle here, as Cal Morgan, the shortstop, will step in.
Now running for Herbert.
Get a courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner number 4.
It is
Hafner.
Dalton Hafner to run at first base for the pitcher, Patrick Herbert. First pitch swinging, ground ball up the middle. It's knocked down by the shortstop. Throw to first is not going to get there in time. Might have had a chance to get the out at second, but Caden came up looking to first the whole way. He throws to get the ball there. It saves probably a run as only one run comes in, but unfortunately he doesn't get an out.
The batter, third baseman.
So driving in a run, Cal Morgan will bring in one. Bases still loaded with nobody out. 2-0 Sheldon in front here early. First pitch, a called strike against Isaiah Lugo. Two runs in. The pitch misses, evens it up at a 1-1 count for Lugo here. 2 runs in, still nobody out. Bases still loaded. The 1-1 pitch for Johnson. Lugo standing in at the plate. Check swing. 2-1 count. Top of the first inning. Tough start here for Cody Johnson. The 2-1 pitch inside will go to 3-1. Cody, the senior here, trying to get out of this first, but he needs some help from the defense. The 3-1 pitch in the air to right field. This one tailing towards the foul territory down that deep right field side, and it does end up foul. Initially off the bat, I thought that was going to have a chance to land down that right field chalk line and get away from Jet Black out there, but it curves enough into foul territory for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here against Lugo. Looking for out number 1, Johnson. A payoff pitch would be right in his wheelhouse if he can get it. It's a line drive shot. It's picked up at short by Caden Johnson. A great stab on the short hop, but he couldn't get it out of the glove to get an out, and everybody's safe. Another run comes in, 3-0. Sheldon in front. Still nobody out.
Christian Horn.
Put that down as an error there on Caden. First pitch now for the 7th hitter in the lineup. 7th hitter to the plate, still nobody out. 3-0 the score. At the dish is Christian Horn, the right fielder. The 0-1, he swings. And that is strike 2. The 0-2 count now for Christian Horn. Johnson comes set. He throws in. Strike 3 called. There we go. Much needed out for the Indians. One away. A good vibration strikeout there for Cody Johnson. Christian Horn goes down looking. 1 out. And Nate Brown will get a chance to hit here. First at bat of the night for him. Did not play in game 1. He's taking over at second. And they called a balk. And that'll bring in a run. And time called out to the mound will go Terrell Jacks. Cody, just a frustrating start for him here. The balk is called. And that brings in the 4th run of this first inning. The good thing is it's early. It is early. There's still time to make up for it. But, man, that is a frustrating thing to have happen when it's already been a very frustrating start to the game. So the first pitch here for Nate Brown with runners at second and third. He puts it in the air, right center on the run. Garrett Russell will make the catch. He turns the throw towards the plate, and the throw is offline. A run will come in on a sacrifice fly. Two outs and another run scores. 5-0, Sheldon in front.
Now batting, center fielder.
And now the 9th hitter to the plate. It'll be Eli Sino who comes in. 2 down. Runner out at second base is Isaiah Lugo, and the first pitch misses for ball 1 here against Sino. A 1-0 pitch for Sino. Check swing. The umpire says he went around. A 1-1 swing and a foul tip this time for Sino. One-two pitch for Johnson, looking for a way out of this first inning. A fly ball towards first, and Jonathan Stone there to make the grab. 9 hitters to the plate for the Irish in the first inning. Not the way you wanted to see things start. 5 runs come in for Sheldon. They lead as we go to the bottom of the first on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Roseburg coming to bat.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
And Brody Black batting 4th as the DH. Batting 5th, third baseman Zach Bandera. Followed by the pitcher, Cody Johnson.
We come back here at Legion Field, the bottom of the first inning. The Roseburg Indians in a tough spot here, give up 5 runs on 4 hits in that first inning. And now they'll face Patrick Herbert to start off the bottom of the first. Take a look at our Supercut starting lineup for the Indians. Garrett Russell leads things off playing in center field, followed by shortstop Caden Johnson. First baseman Jonathan Stone will bat third, and the DH, Brody Black, will bat in the cleanup spot, hitting for the second baseman Luke Van Norman. Third baseman Zach Mandera hits fifth, followed by the pitcher Cody Johnson. The left fielder Doran Gillespie will bat seventh, playing in left field. The catcher Terrell Jacks hits eighth, and the right fielder Jet Black rounds out the starting nine. Patrick Herbert on the mound. The big righty will fire in. First pitch swinging and fouled back for Garrett Russell. Will be strike one. 5-0 our score after one inning of half inning of play. Sheldon jumping on Roseburg early after getting shut out in game one of this doubleheader. Ball towards right field. Hooks foul. And Russell will find himself 0-2 here against Patrick Herbert. We'll look around the diamond defensively for Sheldon here in just a moment. Indians did not face Patrick Herbert last time, and he has not pitched in a little while. The 0-2 is high for ball one. Herbert just a junior. Did not mention in game one. Many people probably know, but the younger brother of Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert. The 1-2. Russell got jammed a bit out towards left field. This will carry, and Dawson Prickle is there for out number one. One away, and Caden Johnson will step in next for the Indians. Caden Johnson playing at shortstop. Trying to get something started for the Indians. Don't need it all back here in this half inning, but it'd be nice to try and get something as a pitch outside, a 1-0 count to him. Behind the plate, it's Dylan Hansen catching for the Irish today. Out of the windup, Herbert will deliver. This ball fouled up in the air down the right field side, giving chase. No one will get a chance to get to it. 1-1 count now for Caden Johnson. Looking around the diamond, brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union. Hansen behind the plate. Out at first base is Bruce Nealon. At second base, Nate Brown. Shortstop is Cal Morgan. At third base, Isaiah Lugo. In the outfield from left to right, Dawson Prickle out in left. In center field, Eli Sino. And in right field, Christian Horn. The 1-1 delivery for Johnson. He gets underneath this one. Shallow center field, drifting back. Nate Brown, the second baseman, called off. And it's Horn, the right fielder, that'll get to it. Long way to run for him, but he makes the grab for out number two.
Now batting, first baseman.
He had a long way to go from right field to get to that ball, but he had the right play. He was the one to make that one the easiest. The second baseman, Nate Brown, would have had a very difficult look at that. Two down, and it's Jonathan Stone that'll stand in. First pitch is low for ball one. Stone extending his hit streak in game one of our doubleheader. The 1-0 pitch to him, outside for a 2-0 count. Now hitting at 11-game hit streak. Puts this one into play out towards right field, and it drops in, and he'll have a 12-game hit streak as he gets Roseburg's first hit of the ball game, a 2-out single to right field. And Jonathan Stone finds his way on. That's just a soft liner out there to right field. Christian Horn couldn't get to it in time. And a man on as the Indians look to rally here with 2 outs in the first inning. Brody Black stands in for Roseburg. The DH had 2 hits in game one. First pitch swinging, loops one over second base into right field. Stone will stop at second, and back-to-back singles to the right field for the Indians. And they get 2 men on base with 2 outs. And Zach Mandera will stand in as the Indians continue this 2-out rally, trying to fight their way back after falling behind 5-0 here in the first. Mandera had a triple and a single in game one of the doubleheader. Got on base 3 times, scored once, and had 2 RBI. Nice day for him at the plate. On the mound, Patrick Herbert working out of the stretch here with runners at first and second. First pitch is high for ball one. Cody Johnson, Roseburg's pitcher, will wait on deck, looking for a chance to get a little revenge after getting dinged up in the first inning. 1-0 pitch here from Herbert. Breaking ball sits on the corner for strike one. Herbert trying to get out of the first without giving up any damage. Line drive shot goes right to Lugo at third, and he catches it just at his shoe tops. Unlucky there for Zach Mandera. That would have probably brought in a run, but instead it finishes off the inning. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. There were 2 men left on base. We head to the second inning. It's a 5-0 lead for the Irish on top of Roseburg here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Roseburg baseball here on 1490 The Score is brought to you by Clint Newell Auto Groups. Head to the second inning. Our score 5-0 in favor of the visiting Sheldon Irish, who get out to a hot start with 5 runs in the first inning. Now the Indians will try to calm things down and keep it a 5-run game. Back to the top of the lineup after 9 hitters came up in the first inning for Sheldon. And the first pitch misses a breaking ball low to Dylan Hansen, who started out with a triple to center field. 1-0 delivery to him. Fastball, line drive shot right to Caden Johnson. And that'll return the favor after Zach Mandera finished the bottom of the first inning with a line drive shot right at third baseman Isaiah Lugo. So 1 for 2 on the day for Hansen after he lines out
The left fielder, Dawson Prickle.
to shortstop there. That triple to start out the game. The first pitch, a called strike here against Dawson Prickle. That triple to start the game, it was just a misplay in center field by Garrett Russell. Got over his head as the 0-1 is in the dirt for a 1-1 count now against Prickle. I feel like that's usually a play he'll make out there, and if that doesn't happen that way, that whole inning goes a whole lot differently, I bet, as a pitch low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now against Prickle. But the triple led things off, then single, walk, single. And it was not a good start of the game for Cody Johnson. Ball out towards right field, coming in. Jet Black will have to take it on the hop. It took a weird hop off the turf, but a nice reaction there by Jet to be able to glove it and keep it from getting by him in right field. And 2 for 2 today for Dawson Prickle here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Hits a little pop fly out to right field for a base knock. One on, 1 out. First pitch swinging for Bruce Nealon. He'll foul it back into the screen for strike 1. Nealon had a single out to left center his first time up. A throw over to first base, but back in standing up goes Prickle. First 4 hitters all got on base and they all scored. In fact, actually the first 5 hitters all got on base and all scored. As a ball pulled towards third base side, it's going foul and the ball will die in the grass around the apron there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes here against Bruce Nealon, the first baseman. Patrick Herbert, the pitcher, waiting on deck. The 0-2 delivery coming up from Cody. Fires in. That ball out to right field. Jett coming in. He'll catch it, as that was a hard hit ball to right field. Jet Black able to pick it up and get to it quickly. 2 down.
Now batting the pitcher, number 5, Patrick Herbert.
Kind of one of those balls that was kind of like the one hit to Garrett Russell that it just carries. It was on a rope out to right field, and you kind of get caught on whether or not you're supposed to charge in to get it or back up if it's going to carry over you, as a breaking ball just misses to Patrick Herbert. A 1-0 from Johnson, swing and a miss by Herbert. Gives him a 1-1 count. Two away with a man on at first. A 1-1 count here for Herbert. Up in the air to right field. Going back is Jett, now towards the line, and he'll make the catch. A base knock for the Irish, but that's all that Cody Johnson would give up as things settle down just a bit for the Indians. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. Still 5-0 though, Sheldon in front. The Indians with some work to do as we head to the bottom of the second here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Hot dogs and hamburgers, chili dogs, Frito pies, chicken strips,
Okay.
Pepsi products, ice cream, popcorn. You name it, they got it there at the Lions Den. And be sure to stop by also and pick up a raffle ticket to support Roseburg Mat Club. B&D Meats has donated 2 halves of beef, a whole pig.
Bottom of the second inning, Roseburg trailing 5-0. Joey Keyran here with you from Legion Field. Back in the studio running things on the production side for the radio, Brenton Cranford. Welcome you in this afternoon. Roseburg baseball for you on the Score. Cody Johnson will lead things off for the Indians. First pitch swinging from Patrick Herbert, and he fouls that one out of play down the right field side for strike 1. Indians trailing by 5 after the big first inning for Sheldon. They'll try to fight their way back into it here. The 0-1. This one towards center field. Going back. Sino on the run. Almost overran it, but he gets the brakes put on and is able to stay underneath it for out number 1. A well-struck ball there by Cody Johnson, but to straightaway center field. And it was a rather easy fly ball catch
Number 11, Doran Gillespie.
for the center fielder Eli Sino. 1 down. Doran Gillespie will take outside. Herbert's pitch goes all the way to the backstop. One out. Gillespie trying to get something started for the Indians. Herbert's 1-0, sits outside. It goes to a 2-0 count. Nobody on base. The Indians didn't get anyone on in the first inning until there were 2 outs, and a line drive shot right at third baseman Isaiah Lugo ended it with 2 runners on as a pitch outside for a 3-0 count. Zach Mandera almost had a chance to bring in a run to help the Indians cut down the lead, but just went right to Lugo, and he made a nice play right at his shoe tops. The 3-0 pitch for Gillespie is in for strike 1. The 3-0 take there leaves it to a 3-1 count now for Roseburg's left fielder. In game 1 of today's doubleheader, Gillespie was 1 for 3. Hits this one towards third, and it goes right through the legs of Isaiah Lugo. Didn't stay down on it. That one took a couple of hops, and then it stayed down and goes right underneath the glove for Isaiah Lugo. An error at third base.
Now batting, the catcher.
And the Indians will get a runner on base. Right now, they'll take it however they can get it. That'll be the first error of the ball game for the Irish. The Indians with an error as well in that first inning. So one error apiece for both sides. Gillespie on at first. The pitch high for Terrell Jacks. Terrell standing in, Roseburg's catcher. Starting catcher all season long, pretty much. A 1-0 to him. Gets jammed and fouls it back to the screen. I believe the only game, maybe there was a game over that spring break trip that we didn't make the trip on, but I think the only other game that I can think of that he didn't start was against McNary to start the season. Ethan Gartner starting behind the plate. 1-1, takes a strike on the inside corner. Evens it up at takes it to a 1-2 count for Terrell. The 1-2. Terrell fights it off to stay alive. And it lands in the bleacher sections down to our right. Makes a lot of noise. Gillespie's on at first as time called. The 1-2 pitch coming up for Patrick Herbert. Outside, and they're leaving it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking for a ground ball out here possibly. If it's up the middle, you got a chance at turning 2. Indians turned a number of double plays in game 1. They'd like to stay out of it here. The 2-2 to Jacks. He'll swing and miss. That will be out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Patrick Herbert. Strikeouts are brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. 9-hitter will up to the plate. Jet Black will stand in. 2 down with the man on at first, and the pitch in the dirt. Got away from the catcher. Couldn't find it, but Gillespie didn't get a break, and so he won't go anywhere. Got between the legs of the catcher, Dylan Hansen, and he couldn't locate it because it rattled around off of his cleats, off of the umpire's cleats, and it basically just rolled to his right, but he was looking to the backstop for it. 1-0 for Jet. He gets underneath it. This is playable on the infield. First baseman Bruce Nealon calling for it, and he'll reach up for the out. The Indians go down in the second inning without any threaten. Just leave one man on base. No runs on no hits. 1 error for the Irish and 1 man left on. We head to the top of the third inning. It's 5-0. Sheldon in front of the Indians on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer in you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Third inning. Roseburg baseball brought to you by Travel Leaders Flyaway Travel. Indians trail 5-0. It's been a turn of events from game 1 to game 2. On the mound, Cody Johnson. First pitch here in the third inning is a breaking ball in for a called strike against Cal Morgan, the shortstop. Had a single in the first, drove in a run. 0-1 pitch, a fastball low and inside for a 1-1 count. That tough first inning the difference right now. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Morgan way ahead of the off-speed. One-two delivery from Cody. Fastball. Oh. Boy, I'm not sure where that one misses. That did not look too bad of a pitch there. 2-2 count. Not as much protesting about that non-strike call as I was expecting there. 2-2 off speed. Got him to swing and miss. Strikeout number 2 for Cody. 1 away. And Isaiah Lugo will stand in.
Now batting third baseman Isaiah Lugo.
1 out with nobody on. Breaking ball for called strike 1. And Cody seems to be finding a bit of a groove. The first inning, he got hit pretty well, but the defense didn't help him out when they had the opportunities to, as a pitch misses, evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1, breaking ball bounces in and then bounces away. 2 balls, 1 strike now for Cody. Finally have everybody written down in my scorebook here. All ready to go. The 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, goes to 3-1. Taking a look at some other scores, the JV team won their game against Sheldon today, 6-4, game 1 of their doubleheader. Fastball catches the outside corner to even it up there, take it up to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So congrats to Justin O'Byrne and his squad. 6-4 final there. Fastball is low, and it'll be a walk issued. Puts Isaiah Lugo on at first. Second walk of the game for Johnson.
Right fielder, number 12, Christian.
Man on at first with 1 away. That's how the second inning worked out. 1 out, and then a runner got on, and Cody was able to work out of it, see what he can do here in the third inning. The first pitch to the 7-hitter, Christian Horn, was in for a called strike. I think actually a check swing that was called for a swing and a miss. Throw down to first base by Terrell Jacks, not in time to get the runner Isaiah Lugo. 0-1 pitch in the air, out towards right center. Calling for it is Russell. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 away. Nate Brown comes up next for the Irish. Hits with 2 outs. Brown is 0 for 0 in the game. Had a sac fly in the first to score a run. He'll take a breaking ball that misses outside. Brown hitting a fly ball out to right field, and actually right center. So he takes a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now for Johnson. It was to right center. Garrett Russell ranging to get to it. Just didn't have a chance to set up and throw to the plate to try and stop the runner. It wasn't very deep, but just was out of position. Throw down to first on the back pick, not in time. A swing and a miss at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes now against Nate Brown. Out at first base, Isaiah Lugo way off the bag, but a hesitation from Terrell Jacks delayed his throw down to first just by a fraction. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that'll wrap up things in the third inning for the Irish at the plate. 2 strikeouts in the half inning for Cody Johnson. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. The Indians need some offense. They trail 5-0. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Leading off the bottom of the third inning, it's center field.
Go to the bottom of the third inning. The Roseburg Indians trailing up 5-0 against the Sheldon Irish, looking to get some offense going. 2 hits in the first inning for Roseburg, left 2 men on. Patrick Herbert held them hitless in the second. We start the third with Garrett Russell, the leadoff man, standing in. He puts this one in the air. Foul territory, first base side, and a basket catch made by Bruce Nealon, charging in to get to it. 1 away. Nealon helping out the catcher, Dylan Hansen. There's a couple of those foul balls kind of like that nobody else helped out the catcher, and he was the only one to try and make a play on it. Pitch high and inside here for Caden Johnson. Caden flew out to right field. Back in the first inning. Takes in the dirt for a 2-0 count. Patrick Herbert, big guy on the mound, about 6'5". Got plenty of weight to him. You know he can probably hurl it in there as he misses high again here for a 3-0 count. Not sure if he's considered the caliber of pitcher as Justin was. And don't forget Mitchell Herbert, who was a great baseball player for this Sheldon squad too. 3-0 pitch, taken for a strike by Caden. Keeps the at-bat going here. 3-1 delivery. Caden pulls that one and just foul. Caden still running out towards second, and there. That one looked like it hopped right over the top of second or top of third base there. That was right down the chalk line. That's unfortunate there for Caden. He had a chance at an extra base hit. Instead, it's a foul ball for strike 2. Full count pitch coming up for Herbert. Pulled third base side, takes a high hop for Lugo. He'll throw across the diamond, and it gets away. And it'll be extra bases for Johnson. He'll get into second base. But it is not on a base hit, unfortunately. It'll be on an error. Sometimes when they hop up like that and you just get a little bit too easy of a throw across the diamond, Lugo got a little bit too much behind it and fires it into the turf, and it skips away from Bruce Nealon at first base. E5 results in Caden Johnson getting into second. And again, like I said earlier in the game, doesn't matter how you get them. Right now the Roseburg Indians just need base runners. So 1 on with 1 out for Roseburg. At the plate, Jonathan Stone will take outside. Johnson gets a late break. Throw down to third is not going to be on target, and he's into scoring position at third base. That pitch did not get away by much, and it looked like Johnson got a late break to third. But the throw coming up and spinning to throw to third. Dylan Hansen behind the plate just didn't get a lot on it and did not get an accurate throw. The 1-0 is in the dirt for a 2-0 count here against Jonathan Stone. Sac fly would put a run on the board for the Indians, but they'd like to see a base hit here and keep this inning going. Jonathan Stone 1 for 1 today. The 2-0 pitch, he'll take at the knees for a called strike. The 2-1 from Herbert. Outside. And well ahead in this at-bat, Jonathan Stone looking to find a way on. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Sheldon in front 5-0, but the Indians with a man on at third base. The 3-1 pitch. Stone chops it. A dribbler on the infield. The run will score. Throw to first, not in time, and the Indians will get a runner on and a run in. And they cut it down to a 4-run deficit. Scoring from third, Caden Johnson.
The batter, designated hitter number 20.
Jonathan Stone beating out the infield single. He is deceptively quick down the line with those long strides. Up to hit Brody Black. He hits one right side that just goes foul. Strike one against Brody there. On the mound, Herbert has given up his first run of the game. Ground ball, that's a foul ball off the front leg for Brody. South Medford won its game against South Eugene in game 1 of their doubleheader. That's kind of what Roseburg's hoping for. They need Grants Pass to try and win 1 out of the 2 against North Medford. North Medford was leading last we heard. Pitch just outside for a 1-2 count now against Brody. Roseburg's trying to catch up and pass South Eugene, and they're hoping everybody behind them falls back a couple of spots. That would mean Grants Pass winning today and South Medford winning today. Roseburg needs to win both of their games against Sheldon to really start getting into a solid spot in the standings. Ball out towards right field. Horn going towards the line. He can't get to it. He misplaced that one, and it's going to roll by him. Stone is heading for third. Black will stay at first with a long single, but up to third base goes Stone. Christian Horn out there, he looked like he was taking his time thinking that was going to be an easy fly ball, and it just kept tailing away from him, and it's a long single for Brody Black, but nobody could take off running because it looked like Christian Horn was going to make the catch on that. He doesn't, and the Indians have runners on the corners with 1 out, and they're trying to cut into this lead, and they're down 5-1. First pitch for Zach Mandera comes in for strike 1. Unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that the way that play worked out, it looked like he was going to catch it, so Jonathan Stone couldn't get a run going. If he had, he would have scored. But it just was too dangerous. He had to hold back. A pitch inside for Mandera, a 1-1 count now. Here in the bottom of the third inning, Roseburg threatening to cut this game a little bit closer, trailing 5-1. Only 1 out so far with runners on the corners. Herbert delivers his pitch in the dirt, and it's a 2-1 count for Mandera. Zach was up at the end of the first inning, had the line drive shot that went right to Isaiah Lugo, and he made the catch right at his shoe tops. If it goes through, it brings in at least 1. Unfortunately, it was the third out of the inning. Pitch high, and it'll go to a 3-1 count against Mandera. So that was a unlucky spot there for the Indians. They're looking to get a little bit of luck in their favor here with 2 on and 1 away. 3-1 pitch coming up for Mandera. Herbert set. He kicks and fires. Inside. Oh, strike 2. And it'll go to a full count. Mandera back in. The full count pitch coming up. Outside, and that is ball 4. So the walk issued for Patrick Herbert. It's the first walk he's given up today, and it loads the bases with 1 out, and time called as the coaching staff for Sheldon will make a trip out to the mound to talk with the catcher, Dylan Hansen, and the pitcher, Patrick Herbert. Legion Field action for us, game 2 of this doubleheader. So game 1, South Medford won. They go to 14-0. With 4 games left to go, that means the win in game 1 for South Medford means they clinch the conference championship. No one can catch them. They could only end up, if they lost the rest of their games, they'd end up with 4 losses on their total, and that would be still less than everybody else in the conference. So with the win, South Medford is your Southwest Conference champions this year. They're number 1 ranked in the state coming into today. Roseburg at number 13. At the plate, it's Cody Johnson, and the first pitch low for ball one. Bases loaded with one out. Zach Mandera at first, Brody Black at second, Jonathan Stone at third. Johnson at the plate, the 1-0. Strike on the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now against Roseburg's pitcher, Cody Johnson, against Patrick Herbert on the mound for the Irish. Indians trying to get a couple out of this one. The 1-1 pitch, high and inside for a 2-1 count. If anything, if Cody can just get it out of the infield, should be able to try and score Jonathan Stone from third. His last at-bat, he hit one deep to center. That would work. The 2-1. He hits this one deep out towards right field. Going back is Horn. It looks like he's got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. Stone will tag. He heads to the plate. Up to third goes Brody Black, and the Indians will add another. They get back to within 3. 2 down, and runners on the corners for Roseburg. A sac fly for Cody Johnson.
Now batting, left fielder.
2 down. Brody Black tagging and advancing to third, and Jonathan Stone tagging and scoring. First pitch for Doran Gillespie comes in as a strike. Gillespie 0 for 1 in the game, reached on an error back in the second. Patrick Herbert trying to get out of this third inning. Right now he's given up 2. Pitch in the dirt. Doesn't bounce away enough from Hansen, and everybody stays put on the bases. Evens things up, 1-1 count here against Gillespie, Roseburg's left fielder. Just a sophomore looking to come through in a clutch moment here, as the Indians would like to get some more out of this frame if they can. The 1-1 pitch outside, and it's a 2-1 count. Laboring through this inning just a bit, Patrick Herbert up to 58 pitches here in 2 2/3. The 2-1, Gillespie a swing and a miss. 2-2 count now. 59 pitches for Herbert, 53 for Cody Johnson through 3 innings. Looking for a payoff pitch here, the 2-2. Runner going, that ball out towards the alley in left center. It's going to land with the runner going. The Indians may have a chance to get 2 here. They're sending Mandera around from third. He'll score, and double for Doran Gillespie, and the Indians are back within 1. 5-4 your score. Doran Gillespie driving in 2 with a 2-out double to the left center field alley. He finds the gap out there and hits a rocket shot. And with Mandera running on the pitch, he got a great jump and scored easily. And the Indians push 4 across here in the third inning and are back within 1. Terrell Jacks will try to keep it going with a man in scoring position, and the pitch outside to him for a 1-0 count. Huge clutch moment there for Doran Gillespie. 1-0 pitch coming up for Jacks. He fouls it back to the screen for strike 1. One against Roseburg's catcher. 0 for 1 in the game. He struck out back in the second. Looking to get some redemption here. Maybe tie the game. Ooh, almost gets him. High and inside. And no, it did. It got his front shoulder. Probably got a bit of the jersey. That is the second time today. Once in game 1, and now here in game 2, that Terrell Jacks has been hit by a pitch. So he heads on down to first, and then they'll bring out the courtesy runner for him. It'll be Luke Lucido that gets a chance to run again. So up next now, Jet Black. Black comes in 0 for 1. He flew out to the first baseman. First pitch he takes right down the middle for strike 1. First and second here for the Indians with 2 down. They're trying to tie this one up here in the third. They were down 5-0 after the first. They've got 4 across so far against Patrick Herbert. 2 down, the 0-1 pitch, and Black goes reaching for this one. High, shallow left field underneath at the shortstop. Cal Morgan will make the catch. Indians send 9 to the plate, though, and they get 4, and they're back into this ball game. 5-4 our score after 3 innings of play. We head to the top of the 4th. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Top of the 4th inning, the Indians back into this ball game after scoring 4 in the bottom of the 3rd. 4 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error by the Irish and 1 man left on base for the Indians. We'll go to the 4th inning. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters due up for Sheldon against Cody Johnson, who now has a little bit of breathing room. First pitch, a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. Had that tough start, gave up 3 straight hits. And the first 5 runners got on base in the first, gave up a 5 spot, but he has settled in since then as he gets a foul ball out of Eli Sino. And it takes Sino, the center fielder, to a 1-1 count. Nice day here for game 2 of our doubleheader. 1-1 check swing, he went around for strike 2. Temperature definitely feels like it's warming up here at the ball field, which is great. Nice to finally get into some baseball weather. Expected to get maybe towards 80 this afternoon. The 1-2 fouled away again. Stays at a 1-2 count. 75 right now, expecting to reach about a high of 77 by the time we probably wrap things up here at the ball field. And once we get done, we will probably be heading towards Oregon State baseballs. Another foul ball, third base side this time. Oregon State pregame starts at 4:30, and first pitch of their game against Washington State coming up at 5. Oregon State winning big last night against Washington State. We'll have game 2 of that series this evening. 1-2 pitch from Johnson. Yes, and it is strike 3. Tipped into the glove. Sino stuck the bat out there and must have just gotten a piece of it for the foul tip out.
Batting the catcher, number 3, Dylan Hansen.
Strikeout number 4 for Cody Johnson, 1 away. Top of the lineup here, Dylan Hansen will hit, takes ball 1. Hansen comes in 1 for 2, had the triple to lead off the game. 1-0 pitch from Johnson, breaking ball. That one, a dribbler through the infield. That had some weird spin to it, and it spun away from third baseman Zach Mandera. And he kind of tried to let it go through to get to the shortstop, but it just died on the infield grass. That one had some funky English on it. It'll be an infield single for Hansen, who has gotten a little bit lucky here today, I would say. Can't say he didn't really earn them, but he has caught the Roseburg defense not in their prime position with a couple of balls in play so far, and he's 2 for 3. He's on at first as the first pitch misses, low and outside to Dawson Prickle. 1-0 count as a throw over to first base for Cody Johnson, checking on Hansen, who gets back in safely. Runner going, this ball in the air, but fouled back and out of play. Makes it a 1-1 count. There is 1 out. The scoreboard Scoreboard doesn't have it up there, so that's why I was second-guessing myself there. 1-1 count with one away and one on. Off speed, that's out towards left center on the run. Gillespie, he'll make the catch. Nice range out there for the Roseburg left fielder. 2 down. Covering some ground on that fly ball. Gillespie able to protect the alley for out number 2. Runner going. The pitch was low. Oh, for strike 1. Throw down to second. A bobble by Terrell. Didn't get a chance to get it out of his hand quick enough. Still made the throw, and it wasn't as far behind as I was expecting. At the plate, it was a called strike against Bruce Nealon. Man in scoring position now for the Irish. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Cody Johnson looking to wrap this one up quickly here. Only see 4 batters. The 0-2 pitch coming up. Johnson delivers. Breaking ball. Got him to swing at it. Strikeout number 5 for Cody Johnson. He has allowed just 2 hits since the first inning, and he's got his team still in this one. Down 5-4. The Indians coming up to hit in the bottom of the 4th. Looking to try and tie this one up as you are listening to Roseburg Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Roseburg Baseball today is brought to you by our friends at Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Speaking of food, and you can get Pepsi products down at the Lions Den when you're here at Legion Field. Big shout out to the folks down there for supplying yours truly with a hot dog this afternoon. Always appreciate what the Lions Den does for us here at Legion Field. They will fatten me up a bit during the summer season, that is for sure. They never seem to leave me out when it comes to Doc Stewart's games during the season. I'm not complaining about that fact. I'll put on my summer weight if it means eating there on a regular basis. You can find your Pepsi products down there at the Lions Den when you're here for baseball at Legion Field. Pitch in the dirt as Garrett Russell leads things off. 9 hitters went to the plate in the 3rd inning for Roseburg. Man, I could smell the hamburgers from the Lions Den down there. It just screams a baseball afternoon here. Russell led off the 3rd inning. He flew out to first base. He stands in here trying to get himself on for a first time in this ball game, and he takes low for a ball 2. Patrick Herbert still on the mound for the Irish into his 4th inning of work. Gave up the 4 runs there in the 3rd, although I'm fairly certain none of them were earned as he misses outside for a 3-0 count. The error by 3rd baseman Isaiah Lugo could have been out number 2, and then a few batters later, the Indians possibly might have committed the 3rd out. So 3-0 pitch, and Russell will take ball 4. A 4-pitch walk issued to him to lead off the 4th inning. That's the game-tying run for the Indians, getting on base. 1 on, nobody out, and Caden Johnson steps in. 0 for 2 in the game, but he reached on an error by Lugo there in the 3rd. Was able to get to second base, eventually came around to score, got to 3rd on a wild pitch, and then scored a little bit later on. First pitch to Johnson, outside for ball 1. It's ball 5 of the inning. thrown by Patrick Herbert. He hasn't found the strike zone yet here in the fourth against the Indians. Sun's starting to shine through. The 1-0 pitch is low. And it's a 2-0 count. 6 straight that have missed the strike zone. Herbert set. The 2-0. And he finally gets one across for a strike. I'm sure he knew that more than likely the hitter, Caden Johnson, was planning on waiting to see a strike come across the plate. The 2-1 catches the outside corner for a called strike, and it goes to a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Caden. Runner going, and a swing and a foul ball back to the screen. So stays a 2-2 count, and back to the first base bag will go Garrett Russell. Herbert looking for that first out or a possible ground ball double play here. Runner going again, and the pitch is in the dirt. Throw down to second. Not in time to get Russell. Full count at the plate for Caden Johnson, and a runner in scoring position now for the Indians. The game-tying run out to second base. 3-2 pitch coming up here for Johnson. Fouls out one away. Stays alive at the plate. The at-bat continues. Up to 76 pitches in the game unofficially for Patrick Herbert. Comes in fresh. There were quite a few pitchers that were on a pitch count limit today. Aiden Wagers, 25 pitches max. Dawson Prickles unavailable to pitch today. Christian Horn has only got a 45 pitch max, but completely free to pitch up to 111 pitches today is Patrick Herbert. He's up to 77 as he misses on the full count pitch to walk Caden Johnson. 2 runners on, nobody out. Heart of the lineup coming up for the Indians, a chance to strike here and try and get the lead in their favor. They've trailed the entire game. Jonathan Stone at the plate, first pitch, swings this one, hard hit out towards center field. Going back is Sino. He's underneath it. Russell will tag. He'll advance up to third, and he gets in safely. So Jonathan Stone will fly out. It does advance the runner. It's not a sac fly in that situation, but it does get the Indians 90 feet closer to home. Well struck ball there. Just needed that to find one of the alleys. So 1 out. Runners on the corners now for Roseburg. Up to hit will be Brody Black. 2 for 2 in this game. So Brody will take a strike on the outside corner. Brody 2 for 2, a pair of singles in this game, both to right field. He was 2 for 4 in game 1, so 4 hits in the doubleheader here today. Runner going from first, ball pulled foul down the third base side. Johnson will have to head back to the bag. Oh, 2 count right now for Brody Black. Big at-bat here for Herbert, trying to get the second out. He'll miss just outside on a fastball. That was a good pitch there, real close. Brody almost got enticed into going after it. He held back. 1 ball, 2 strikes against him. Brody at the plate, runner going from first. This ball hit in the air out towards left field. Not enough behind it to get over the head of the left fielder. Tagging and heading for a home. Garrett Russell scores standing up. A sac fly for Brody. And the Indians will tie the ball game up. 5-all after falling behind 5-0 in the first inning. They have scratched their way back into this one. Sac fly for Brody Black. Brings in Garrett Russell. Back to first base was Caden Johnson after the fly ball out. 2 down. And Zach Mandera will hit. Pitches outside for ball 1 to him. Mandera pulls this towards left field. This has a chance to get down. No, just foul. And that had a few of the Roseburg players out of the dugout to see if that one would land in fair territory. It just goes foul. Scoreboard reads 0-2. I thought it was going to be a 1-1 count here. Yeah, 1-1 count is the call. 1 ball, 1 strike against Zach Mandera. On at first base is Caden Johnson. He's running. Herbert gets a strike across on the outside corner, and the Irish a bit confused on whether or not that was strike 3. It is only strike 2. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. And now the Irish are up out of the dugout to ask. Yeah, the umpire said before the last pitch it was a 1-1 count. And it'll be 1-2. And Sheldon not happy about that call. That's what I had as well. One ball, 2 strikes here against Zach Mandera. And a stolen base on that last pitch for Caden Johnson. He's in scoring position. Zach reaches up and will foul one away. He stays alive. It goes back behind home and out of play. Johnson takes his lead at second. Herbert on the mound trying to get out of this 4th inning with a tie ball game. Ground ball towards short. Backhanded by Morgan. He'll throw to first. Takes the first baseman off the bag, and a collision at the bag. But able to hold on to the baseball is Bruce Nealon. And the Indians will not be able to take the lead, but they do tie it up. Zach Mandera grounds out to short. And even with the collision at first, unable to get on safely. 1 run comes across here in the 4th inning. We've got a tie ball game. It is 5-5 as we head to the top of the 5th on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Leading off the 5th, the pitcher, number 5, Patrick Herbert.
It's a whole new ball game here from Legion Field. Roseburg and Sheldon all squared at 5 apiece. Cody Johnson on the mound here in the 5th will face Patrick Herbert to lead things off. In the first pitch, a called strike against the big man. Herbert 0 for 1 in this game. Walked in the first, flew out to right field in the second. Fastball is low, a 1-1 count now against Sheldon's pitcher. Herbert started out the game with a 5-0 cushion, but has not been able to hold on to it. Hits one hard towards short and right through the legs for Caden Johnson at shortstop. Clinched up a little bit with a hard hit ball just to his left, and he didn't keep the glove down. The error will put a man on base to lead things off for the Sheldon Irish.
And now the shortstop, number 15.
So 1 on, nobody out here to start out the 5th inning. Herbert stays in to run for himself. He's got great speed as well out there at first. Despite being a big guy, he can move quickly. Scoring to bunt, the pitch high and inside to Cal Morgan. Morgan didn't show until late. Now waiting to get the signal on what they want to do from the dugout here. Morgan will now step back in. He is 1 for 2 today. Had a single back in the first. Squares to bunt. He'll pull it back. It's in the dirt. Herbert's going to take off. Throw down to second. Will not get there in time, and it pulls shortstop Caden Johnson off the bag. So Herbert will take second on the wild pitch. Into scoring position now. 2-0 count at the plate for Morgan. He'd been squaring to bunt on every other pitch of this at-bat. We'll see what he does here with a 2-0 count and a man in scoring position with nobody out. He does square to bunt. He misses on that offering, and he's got a 2-1 count against him. Johnson looking to try and get the first out somehow. Playing in a bit at third is Zach Mandera. They've got the man out at second base, so somebody's got to stay to cover the bag. Squaring Morgan will pull back. Scoop out of the dirt by Terrell. Will keep Herbert out at second base. 3 balls, 1 strike against Cal Morgan. The threat of that bunt has been affecting Cody's location, it seems like. 3-1 pitch. And that one fouled off, goes right back between the catcher and umpire's legs. And Morgan unable to get one down in fair territory. Now finds himself with a full count pitch coming up. A strikeout here would be huge. Already 4 punch-outs today for Cody Johnson. He delivers to the plate, the 3-2. Jammed him. It's a fly ball to second. Luke Van Norman will make the catch for out number 1. 1 down and a much-needed out there to get things started for Cody Johnson. Isaiah Lugo will stand in next. 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Reached on an error in the first inning. Walked in the third. He hits here with 1 out, and Patrick Herbert on at second. First pitch. Breaking ball called for a strike. So the Indians are needing a win here today. Would be huge for them. It would move them marginally ahead of South Eugene, I believe, in the standings. It's an 0-1 delivery. Strike on the fastball called on the outside corner. For Sheldon, if they lose both of them here, they may effectively drop out of the playoff race. The 0-2 pitch from Johnson. Check swing. Did he go around? They'll appeal. No. And wow, I'm shocked about that call. It sure looked like the barrel got out and around on that one. So it'll be ball 1. That had quite the reaction from much of the home fans as well as the dugout and some of the players on the field. 1-2 pitch coming up for Johnson. Caden Johnson at short, holding the runner on. A foul ball for Lugo, and he'll head back to the dish. Christian Horn waiting on deck. Horn, the right fielder, is 0 for 2 as he retrieves the foul ball. Johnson looking for the payoff pitch. 1-2 delivery. It's low and inside. It'll go to a 2-2 count. Roseburg and Sheldon squared up at 5. The Irish were scoring all 5 of their runs in the first inning. 2-2. Ooh. Another one that'll get the home fans up out of their seats. A breaking ball right over the plate. Must have just missed low. Cody Johnson will take a moment to walk it off around the mound. A couple of close calls. He feels like he's gotten strike 3 in this at-bat. Instead, it's a full count pitch coming up. He checks second and will step off. Out at shortstop, Caden Johnson has done a lot of work holding the runner on at second. That's Patrick Herbert out there after He reached on an error to start out the frame. 1 away, full count pitch coming, and it's fouled down the right field side. It'll stay 3 balls, 2 strikes here against Isaiah Lugo. No automatic option for a double play here. That punch out would have been huge for Cody. Full count pitch again. Got him to swing and miss. He chased the breaking ball outside. Had to work for it, but he gets the same result. Punch out number 6 for Cody Johnson. And all strikeouts brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. 2 down now. Much needed out there for Cody. And up next will be Christian Horn. Still a man in scoring position. First pitch, fastball low and outside. Cody working his way to 85 pitches now. Both pitchers have labored a bit through portions of this game. The 1-0 from Cody. Breaking ball on the outside edge, called for a strike. Horn thought about going after it. Decided to pull it back thinking it was going to miss the outside corner. And according to our home umpire, it did not. 1-1 pitch coming up for Johnson. He fires in. The fastball gets it right by him. Swing and a miss, and Horn down to a 1-2 count. Indians have fought their way back to tie this game up, looking to try and keep it there. A 1-2 pitch for Cody. He kicks and delivers, and it's fouled off at the plate. Stays a 1-2. Got my heart rate up a little bit here. A tense moment in this ball game. Cody trying to get out of this frame with a man in scoring position. He has been throwing well and had a couple of close calls, but hasn't been able to wrap this one up very quickly. But he's still in good shape here with a 1-2 count against the hitter, Christian Horn. Checks second. Cody kicks and delivers. This one to center field. Garrett Russell drifting back underneath it. And there's out number 3. Great effort there by Cody Johnson to fight through that inning, despite a couple of pitches not going in his favor. He gets out of the frame. It's still a 5-5 ball game. No runs on no hits. There was 1 Roseburg error and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a tie ball game, 5-5, here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490, The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
It has been brought to my attention that top half of the 5th inning had some fun numerical coincidences. We had the top of the 5th inning with the score tied 5-5, and leading the inning off was number 5, Patrick Herbert. So 5-5, 5-5-5 on what is Cinco de Mayo. It has been brought to my attention by the esteemed former broadcaster of Roseburg Indians sports and his assistants over there. But the legendary voice of Mr. Brian Prowitz over there, we'll see how much we can get him to maybe blush down that direction. With legendary resume of things like Roseburg Indian sports and Doc Stewart's baseball and Oregon Ducks baseball. He's doing the PA work today, so always good to see Mr. Prowitz, councilman, in the house here today. We start out the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a tie ball game, 5-5. here on Cinco de Mayo. First pitch to number 9, Cody Johnson, is a foul ball back for strike one. New pitcher on the mound. Out there to take over on the bump is Hafner, I believe, again. Yeah, Dalton Hafner getting a little bit more work today. As a line drive shot to short is picked out of the air by the shortstop, Cal Morgan. Morgan leaning to get to that one, able to pick it up. And he'll pick it out of the air for out number 1. Unlucky there for Cody Johnson. 0 for 2 today now. 1 away.
For the Indians, left fielder Doran Gillespie.
So Dalton Hafner comes in, gets the first out. Patrick Herbert has moved to first. Doran Gillespie will bat now. First pitch swinging. This one out towards right center. On the run, reaching up and just able to get it into the glove. The right fielder, Christian Horn, I believe. Let me double check out there. Now they have moved. Bruce Nealon has gone out to right field, I believe. So has Eli Sino stayed in the game? That is. Sino is still in center. It's Christian Horn, as I'm wondering if he has stayed in the game. It looks like he is not. So it looks like Christian Horn comes out so that Dalton Hafner can come in to pitch. Nealon has gone to right field from first, and Patrick Herbert has gone from the mound to first base. So there's 2 out here quickly for Hafner. He's got an 0-1 count against Terrell Jacks at the plate. Swing and a miss to make it strike 2. The 0-2 pitch for Terrell is outside and misses. It'll go to a 1-2 count. Nobody on with 2 away. Swinging this one out towards center field. It'll fall in, and Terrell will pick up a base knock. Terrell keeps the Indians' hopes of taking the lead alive. They are tied 5-5 here against Sheldon. A courtesy runner will come in. That is Luke Lucido.
Courtesy runner. New pitcher for Sheldon, number 4, Dalton Hafner.
So Hafner on the mound gives up his first hit in his relief appearance here. First pitch into Jet Black is in the air out towards left field. Going back on the run, the catch is made by the left fielder Dawson Prickle. And that will wrap up things here in the 5th inning. Roseburg will get 1 hit, but no runs, and we'd say tied at 5. We go to the top of the 6th. It is a 5-5 ball game here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This county is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. It is a 5-5 ball game between Roseburg and Sheldon. The Indians fighting the way back to tie this one up. Cody Johnson still on the mound to work for the Roseburg Indians. That call to the pen last half inning for the Sheldon Irish was brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. Visit their website, webuildhouses.com.
Second baseman, Nate Brown.
Get you the final line on Patrick Herbert here as he went 4 innings. Gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 of them earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1. He hit 1 batter as well. Starting out the inning at the plate for Sheldon, it's Nate Brown. Has an 0-2 count to start things out. Swings at the 0-2 pitch in the air to right field. Coming in, Jet Black calling for it, and the right fielder will make the grab almost on the infield dirt. 1 away.
Now batting, center fielder, number 21, Eli Sino.
Eli Sino, the center fielder, will stand in. 0 for 2 today for him against Cody Johnson. First pitch swinging. It's a foul ball down the first base side for strike 1. Sino with a pop out to first and a strikeout. Cody up to 6 strikeouts in this ball game. Nice total for him there. Gets a swing and a foul ball. Sino got caught reaching for that one. Got a bit fooled on that. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sheldon, center fielder, trying to get something started here at the bottom of the lineup for the Irish. 5-5 ball game. 5 runs in the first, 4 in the for the Irish, 4 in the third for the Indians, and 1 in the fourth to tie it up. Is a big swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for Cody Johnson. Strikeouts brought to you by Good Vibrations. Eli Sino has struck out twice now in that 9 spot. 2 down. Up next, the top of the lineup, Dylan Hansen will hit. He is 2 for 3 today. He takes a big cut and fouls it off right into the catcher. An 0-1 count now for him. Breaking ball misses low and outside for a 1-1 count, evens things up. Good crowd out here today to root these teams on as a strike called. 1-2 count. Sheldon showing up with quite a few fans here today, but a lot of folks out here for Senior Day today for Roseburg. Ball in the air out towards right center on the run. Garrett Russell won't be able to get to it. He'll track it down just in front of the warning track and fires back in. 3rd hit of the day for Dylan Hansen. Here in game 2 of our doubleheader, he's got a single, a triple, and now a double. He just needs the long ball to try and go for the cycle. He gets the 2-out double, and that is the game tying or the go-ahead run out at second with 2 outs. And a visit out to the mound now for pitching coach Richie Charles. We'll see what they look to do here on whether or not they bring in relief for Cody Johnson. You can't really fool around with too much here. Not any room for error. Even with 2 outs, I could be talked into the decision of making a move, but it all depends on who you're able to bring in. Again, Jay Stoffel on the bench today, a late scratch due to an injury before the game. So Roseburg's 3rd arm that they've relied on this season, not available to them. Jet Black has gotten some work out of the bullpen this season. Zach Mandera threw in game 1. I didn't recall how many pitches he threw, so not sure if he'd be available much. Pitch in the dirt to lead off the at-bat here for Dawson Prickle, who is 2 for 3 in the game as well. Top of the lineup has done fairly well against Cody. After the visit to the mound, he stays in the game. Cody looking to try and get out of this 6th inning. He gets a strike on the outside corner. He evens it up at a 1-1 count. 6th inning of work. He's given up 7 hits now in this ball game. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, and it beans Prickle. 1st and 2nd now for the Irish with 2 away, and Bruce Nealon, the 3-hitter, will come up next. Nobody throwing in the bullpen for Roseburg. Roseburg looking for their first sweep of Sheldon since 2010. That was also the last season that Roseburg had a single win against Sheldon. They hadn't had a single win against the Irish since. They snapped a 10-game losing streak against Sheldon with their win earlier this year. Nealon at the plate, a big swing and a miss. Went after the breaking ball and did not locate it. The 0-1 pitch outside, 1-1. Nealon here in this ball game, 1 for 3, had a single in the first, the big inning for the Irish. Brody Black's getting up and headed to the bullpen. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, line drive up the middle. This could score the go-ahead run, bobbled by Russell. He'll throw it in. They got to go to 3 to try and get the final out. Got him! But the run will count and put Sheldon ahead 6-5. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, they get out of the inning, but they do not hold the runner from home. There is going to be a conversation with the infield umpire about the out at third, but I don't know if they're going to change the mind. Bruce Nealon drives in the go-ahead run. Final out made as Dawson Prickle was thrown out at third. It's 6-5 your score. Sheldon in front as we go to the bottom of the 6th on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
I think he was going to third anyways. I don't think the play affected anything when it happened. Bottom of the 6th inning, Sheldon back in front, leading at 6-5 as Dalton Hafner on the mound, looking to try and keep his team in front. He has come on in relief back in the 5th inning after the Irish made the Shelby and Migulena construction call to the pen. Hafner came in, he gave up 1 hit but didn't give up a run in the 5th inning. And Sheldon comes back with a run in the top of the 6th on the single to center field. We kind of discussed it here in the booth afterwards. Single to center field for Bruce Nealon. That drove in the go-ahead run in Dylan Hansen. It was bobbled a little bit in center field by Garrett Russell. We decided no error on the play because Hansen was probably going to score no matter what. And then Hansen decided he was going for 3, it seemed like, no matter what. And Prickle was then thrown out at third, trying to advance 2 bases on the single. And that ended the inning, but the run did come in to score. It's 6-5. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Roseburg has the top of their lineup coming up here. Russell leading things off against Hafner. Looked to square, but pulls it back for ball 1. Russell here in game 2, 0 for 2 with a walk. He squares the bunt. He pushes it first base side. It'll go roll to second base, and they won't get him. Russell beats out the push bunt to the right side of the infield. Almost hit it a little bit too hard. Nate Brown got to it and made that a very close play, but a bunt single for Garrett Russell, and he finds his way on. That's the game-tying run on base. Pickoff throw to first. Will not be there to get Russell. At the plate, Caden Johnson. We'll see if he tries to sacrifice a runner over. He does square. He'll take low and outside for ball 1. Johnson 0 for 2 in this game. Reached on an error and scored a run in the 3rd. Walked his last time up, but was stranded at second. He squares the bunt here. He'll put down the bunt. Fielded by the pitcher. Throw to first is there for the out. Third base was open for a moment, but the Irish recover and get the defense back to cover the bag. Russell up to second with one away, and the Indians with the top of their lineup up here will look to try and manufacture the game-tying run. Jonathan Stone will hit 2 for 3 in this ball game. One out. Stone with a pair of singles in this game, a bloop to right field and an infield single. He'll take a breaking ball that ends up outside in the dirt. One-0 delivery coming up for Hafner. Indians putting the pressure on. A ground ball, left side, picked up by Morgan. His throw to first. Got him. Man, that was a close play at first. Jonathan Stone thought he beat it out to first base. It was a double clutch by the infield umpire. Almost looked like he was going to change his mind. Stone tossed out at first. Does not beat out the infield single. 2 down now. Man, that was close. Up to third base went Garrett Russell. 2 down. Brody Black will hit next. Indians will need a base knock, error, or a wild pitch or pass ball to bring in the game-tying run. The first one outside in the dirt, but a nice job by Dylan Hanson to stop the baseball from getting by. Brody will foul one back towards the home dugout. Takes a hop up over the top of the fence and sends them scattering a little bit. 1-1 count now for Brody Black. 2 out. Garrett Russell on at third. Tying run 90 feet from home. He's stealing home. They throw to the plate. Got him. Russell thought he was in underneath the tag. But the call is not made in Roseburg's favor. And Coach Thompson even has a quick word there for the umpire. Game-tying run thrown out as Garrett Russell tries to steal home. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's 6-5. Roseburg trailing by 1 against the Sheldon Irish here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Swimming season is finally here. But remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Come back for the 7th inning. I think as a broadcaster, that is the first time I have ever seen a player try to steal home. That was something. But the Roseburg Indians unable to get it. Looked like Russell might have been able to slide underneath the tag. It just did not happen. Jet Black's on to pitch for the Indians here in the 7th. First pitch swinging. Patrick Herbert will put it high in the air. Caden Johnson now at second base will make the grab. So we've had another Shelby and Migulena call to the pen as Jet Black takes over on relief for Cody Johnson. one away here in the 7th as Herbert goes down with the one pitch out. Cal Morgan will hit next for the Irish. 6-5 our score. Sheldon in front as Jet misses high and inside. Pitch fouled away for Morgan. We'll give him a 1-1 count. A 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, misses for a 2-1 count. Two balls, one strike to Morgan. He swings, line drive to center field. Going to play it on the one hop. Garrett will get it back in. A long single there for Morgan. One out, man on at first. Indians trying to keep it a one-run game.
The batter, third baseman, Isaiah Lugo.
And give themselves a chance to try and tie this one up or get a chance to win it in the bottom of the 7th. They won 10-0 in game 1, but Sheldon got out to a quick start here in game 2. A line drive to first, snagged out of the air by the 6'7" giant named Jonathan Stone, and he tags first to finish out the top of the 7th. That is what all of that frame will do for you. Line out to first and the double play to finish off the top of the 7th inning. And the Indians will go to the 7th down 1, looking to try and tie up or win this one in the bottom of the 7th. Back after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
Headed to the bottom of the 7th. Sheldon in front of the Roseburg Indians by 1. Roseburg looking to come back and pull off the sweep of the Irish, but they're going to need some magic here in the bottom of the 7th. Brody Black will lead things off against, let's see here, looks there is a new number on the mound. I believe that is Aiden Wagers who will get on the rubber. First pitch inside for ball 1. So another change out there, another call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Believe it is a straight pitcher change, is a pitch low. So Hafner comes out. Aiden Wagers comes in. He has missed on the first 2 pitches to Brody Black here, a 2-0 count. Misses outside for a 3-0 count. Brody was at the plate when Garrett Russell tried to steal home. So he gets the fresh at-bat here against the new pitcher. And it's a 4-pitch walk issued by Aiden Wagers. Game-tying runs on base for the Indians with nobody out. A pinch runner will come in for the DH. Mason Littlefield will run. Littlefield was actually in the game in left field, but was getting DH'd for, so he'll just come in for the DH. First pitch to Mandera. He tries to lay down a bunt, and he'll put it in the air all the way to the Roseburg dugout. Squares to bunt again, puts down one right in front of home. That's a great bunt. Throw it down to first. It gets away. Littlefield's going to head up to third. The game-tying run 90 feet from home. On safely at first is Mandera and the Indians. They have some life here to try and tie this one up in the 7th and possibly walk off with another win. That'll be an error on the catcher who fielded that one on the bunt. Up to third. I think there's some argument that he was up in the baseline. He was right down the chalk line there. There's not going to be any sort of change on the call. Runners on the corners with nobody out for the Indians. So they've got him on the corners. And up to hit will be Cody Johnson, trying to get himself off the hook for a loss here and try and tie this one up and, more importantly, give his team a sweep and possibly secure playoff positioning here today. First pitch from Aiden Wagers is inside for ball one. Wagers was the pitcher of record when Roseburg played Sheldon back on April 10th. He'll fire in a strike there against Cody, evens it up at a 1-1 count. Nobody out with runners on the corners. Wagers pitched 6 2/3 innings, gave up 11 hits, 7 run, 3 earned against Roseburg the first time. Ground ball up the middle. This will tie the game. They go to second for one. The throw to first gets away. Johnson's going to head up to second base, and the Indians will have the game-winning run with 1 out in scoring position. Shortstop Cal Morgan rushed his play at second. He stepped on the bag to get 1 out, threw to first, and airmailed it over the top of Patrick Herbert, all the way towards the the visiting dugout. It got away, and Johnson into scoring position. Tie ball game 6-all with Cody Johnson at second in scoring position. Only 1 away, and the Indians with life here trying to secure a victory here. Zach Mandera was out at second. Scoring was Mason Littlefield for Brody Black. First pitch to Doran Gillespie is called for a strike. One away, man at second. An 0-1 count right now for Doran Gillespie. Gillespie is 1 for 3 today. Swing and a miss on a huge cut for strike 2. Oh-2 pitch coming up here for Gillespie. Now the Irish trying to force extras, and Gillespie will foul it off to stay alive. Just barely got a piece of that one. Game 2 of their doubleheader against South Medford on Wednesday. Sheldon went to extra innings against South Medford. Sheldon rallied to score 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game up. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th to tie the game up again. But ultimately, they fell in that one 9-7 against South Medford in 10 innings. So that game 2 of the doubleheaders has been a good one for Sheldon. They just haven't been able to get the wins. Right now, they are hoping to go to extra innings against Roseburg. A pitch misses outside against Doran Gillespie. So he'll have a 1-2 count. Out at second base, Cody Johnson reached on a fielder's choice and advanced to second on a throwing error. The 1-2, Gillespie will take in the dirt for a 2-2 count. The Indians have put the pressure on this Irish team. Sheldon scored 5 in the first and 1 in the 6th to take the lead again. Roseburg scored 4 in the 3rd and 1 in the 4th to tie the game up at 5. And again, Sheldon led 6-5 going to this bottom of the 5th, but they've given up the lead. Pitch low for a full count now against Doran. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Gillespie against new pitcher Aiden Wagers. Wagers, third pitcher up for Sheldon here today. Full count pitch coming up with one out and a man at second. Gillespie back up the middle. That one gets into center field. Johnson is heading to the plate. The throw is up the line. Did he miss the tag? He'll go for the plate. He's in safely, and the Roseburg wins. The Indians will walk off with the victory, and they pull off the season sweep over the Sheldon Irish. Head coach for the Irish, Kellen Hobie, out of the dugout to have a word with the home umpire. It doesn't go in his favor there. The throw was up the line. The Irish couldn't make the tag as Johnson avoids it and then scrambles for the plate to tag it to get the scoring and winning run across the plate. Roseburg comes away with a doubleheader sweep over the visiting Sheldon Irish, and that is a season sweep this year for the Roseburg Indians against Sheldon. First time since 2010 that the Indians will take all three against the Sheldon Irish. What a game for Roseburg. Did not give in after falling behind 5-0. They battled back in a game that saw plenty of controversy on both sides. But the game comes to an end with a wild play at the plate and Cody Johnson scoring from second to walk off with a victory for the Roseburg Indians. Whew. Coach is out there talking. I don't know if it's a heated conversation, but it is a conversation nonetheless that I'm sure involves discussions about the umpires today here for this ball game. Wow. 7-6 your final score. The Indians walk off in both games of this doubleheader with a win. In Game 1, the walk-off with a 10-run victory. In Game 2, they walk off with a 7-6 win, and they take the season sweep against the Sheldon Irish. We'll come back after this 2-minute break and recap it all for you. A wild one today, and the Indians end up on top here on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
This is for the person stuck in the office. The 9-to-5er. The person who eats, sleeps, and drinks the outdoors. During business hours, you play the part. And in the mountains, you're home. But on the water, you go with the flow. This is for the angler, the hiker, the hunter, the adventurer, and you. Shop one of over 80 locations.
Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. You know what I like. That's right. Give me some of that.
Sir, you're creeping out everyone else in line.
Sorry. I mean, could I get onions on that?
With all the lean meats, fresh veggies, and tasty toppings to choose from at Pita Pit, eating healthy is something to get excited about. Just not too excited. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
At Brooke Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brooke Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brooke Communications.
Oh, welcome back here to Legion Field, where it was a wild one. Still trying to settle myself down after a walk-off win in Game 2 of the doubleheader. 7-6, the Indians come away with 2 in the bottom of the 7th to pull off the season sweep of the Sheldon Irish here today. And depending if Grants Pass can get a win against North Medford today, the Indians will have clinched a playoff spot. We'll see if we can get any of that for you here in the post-game show. We'll see if we can tell you whether or not they've been able to clinch a playoff spot. But nonetheless, a pair of wins here against Sheldon today. They take the series sweep against them. And that's going to put Roseburg in great position. It looks like South Medford is heading towards a sweep of South Eugene today, which will put the Axe at 10-7 on the season. And it'll put the Indians at 10-5. So they'll have even in the win column, and South Eugene will be 2 losses behind the Indians in the loss column. So Roseburg, theoretically, if they can avoid losing 2 more, as South Eugene looks like they have probably lost 2 today, the Indians will, if they can keep winning out in their final 3 games, if they win 1 of their next 3 games, actually they'll need to win 2 to move ahead of South Eugene because South Eugene has a tiebreaker. So 3 games left to go in league. If Roseburg can win 2 out of the final 3, they should be the number 2 team in the standings. Of course, if you're not the number 1 team, it pretty much just comes down to your ranking, which Roseburg's ranking right now pretty good. And with the sweep against Sheldon today, there's a good chance it gets a little bit higher for the Indians, who are sitting at number 13 coming into the day. And if you're in the top 16, you'll get a home playoff game in the first round of the state playoffs. But right now, Roseburg trying to secure secure a playoff game, and then it would be great if it is at home. They win 7-6 in game 2 of the doubleheader after a 10-0 win in 6 innings in game 1 of the doubleheader. A wild one here today. Roseburg falls behind 5-0 against the Irish to start out the game, and they fight their way back to win 7-6 at the very end. I got to get myself all collected here. It was a crazy one today here at Legion Field. Our final home games of the regular season. We may get one against Westview, and we hope to have a playoff game for you here from Legion, but these are our final regular season home games of the season. And, boy, it was a very entertaining day of baseball from Legion Field. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back. We'll play this one back for you in Game 2 as the Indians pull off the sweep today against the Irish. I'm Joey Keyran, I think. I don't know who I am anymore. Wild one for you here today. We'll come back with more of the Roseburg Disposal post-game show after this here on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
So I heard Kelly takes a different one home every night.
Yeah, I heard she took 2 home last night.
I even heard she likes the small ones.
No wonder she's in such good shape.
At Pita Pit, with so many healthy options full of lean grilled meats and fresh veggies, and even small pitas for smaller appetites, you can have our pitas any way you want. And we won't judge. Pita Pit. Fresh thinking, healthy eating.
Our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
From Legion Field, a wild day at the ballpark. The Roseburg Indians improve their home record to now 8-1 on the season. Roseburg improves to 14-6 overall this year, 10-5 in conference play. Sheldon falls to 9-13 on the year, and now 6-10 in the Southwest Conference. Joey Keyran here with you. Brenton Cranford back in the studio doing the production side of things for our radio broadcast here today. 7-6, your walk-off win in Game 2 of today's doubleheader after the Indians won 10-0 in Game 1. Wild day at the ballpark. Let's take a look at how Game 2 played out. Sheldon jumped out to a 5-0 lead in the first inning, 5 runs on 4 hits. There was one Roseburg error and 1 man left on base that inning, but it started out triple, single, single, walk, single, and then an error. But the first 6 hitters get on base for Sheldon. They score 5 runs out of it and take a commanding lead against Cody Johnson, who led things off on the mound for the Roseburg Indians. But he settled in nicely after that. He only allowed 1 more run the rest of his time. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts for him. He settled in nicely and really started to pick up his strikeout rate. Finished with 7 strikeouts again here in this game. Gave up the go-ahead run again, though, in the 6th inning. A double late in, a 2-out double for Dylan Hansen. And then he eventually came around to score on the single by Bruce Nealon. Made it 6-5 at the time. And that would be it for Sheldon, though, as they would end up falling in this one. For the Roseburg Indians, they scored 4 in the 3rd inning to get back within 1. None of those runs were earned in that 3rd inning, though, against starter Patrick Herbert. The Indians taking advantage of miscues by the Irish defense. They would tie the game up with a run in the 4th inning. Garrett Russell coming in to score on a sac fly from Brody Black, and it was 5-5 after 4 innings of play. It was 5-5 going to the 6th when Sheldon took the 1-run lead. Bottom of the 7th inning. Roseburg scores 2 to walk off with the victory. Brody Black got on with a walk to lead off the inning against Aiden Wagers, who came on, the 3rd pitcher in relief. Zach Mandera laid down a bunt to try and sacrifice Brody Black. Excuse me, it was Mason Littlefield running at the time for Brody Black. They were trying to move him into scoring position. The bunt was laid down. A throwing error allowed Mandera to get on base. So it was runners at first and second. A ground ball by Cody Johnson up the middle. Looked like it was a possibility of a double play, but a run was going to score anyways. So Cody Johnson picked up an RBI there to score the game-tying run. Mason Littlefield from 3rd. The double play opportunity, they got 1 at second. Zach Mandera was forced out at second, but the throw to first to try and get the double play. Cody Johnson gets on safely as the throw sails away. He would advance up to second base into scoring position, and then the next batter, Doran Gillespie, hits one up the middle that gets into center field. Cody Johnson comes around at 3rd, heading for the plate. The throw needed to be perfect, and it pretty much was. Up the line, it looked good. Cody going a little out of the way to try and dodge the tag. The home umpire said he said he didn't go too far out of the base path, and Cody was able to then scramble towards the plate to be able to tag it for the game-winning run, and a wild finish here from Legion Field today. The Indians score 2 there in the bottom of the 7th. They win 7-6. Your totals: 6 runs on 9 hits for Sheldon, 4 errors for the Irish, and 5 men left on base. Roseburg 7 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and 5 men left on base. Getting the win for the Indians, Jet Black picks up his first win of the season. Let me double check on that. I do believe that is the case. For Jet Black, it is his first win. He's 1-1 on the year with 1 save as well. Picks up the win here today. He went 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. Cody Johnson started the game. He was let off the hook. 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Taking the loss is Aiden Wagers, who came on in relief. He pitched, we'll get credit for actually no portion, he pitched 1/3 of an inning. He gave up 1 hit. He gave up 2 runs, which I think we could say one of them was earned. He gave up 1 walk, no strikeouts. Let me double check on that. 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, neither run earned. 1 walk, no strikeouts. It looks like the Indians finish out the day 7 runs total, only 1 of them earned against the Irish as their errors come back to haunt them. Patrick Herbert started the game, went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Dalton Hafner pitched a portion of relief. He went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no strikeouts, and no walks. Let's go ahead before we continue on with more of the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 1490 The Score. Back here at Legion Field where the Roseburg Indians pull off the sweep today of the Sheldon Irish. Roseburg, big day for them here today. It was a fun one. Up next they'll take on Willamette, and Sheldon will be hosting Lincoln for a non-leaguer coming up this next week for their next contest. I want to thank one of our sponsors that we forgot to get in here, Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. We'd like to thank them for their sponsorship. Again, that's Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair, one of our proud sponsors of Roseburg Baseball here today. We've got your Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game due up. Again, I feel like I could give it to all sorts of different guys, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and do it now. Your Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game is going to be Doran Gillespie. I gave it to Mason Littlefield in Game 1 because he had the hit that ended the game. Let's give it to Doran again this time because he had the hit that ended the game. Let's just be consistent. Because, to be honest with you, wild finish here. I don't know exactly who I want to give it to, but let's go ahead and give it to Doran Gillespie and just stick with the formula that we put together from Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Wild finish here today, but a fun day at the ballpark. It's always fun when the team you're here to cover is winning. Some of the other numbers for you here today. Garrett Russell ends up 1 for 3. Jonathan Stone goes 2 for 4 on the day and continues his hit streak now to 12 games. Brody Black goes 2 for 2 with a sack and a walk in there as well. He scored 2 runs and had an RBI. Let's see here. 2 for 4 today for Doran Gillespie here in Game 2. Had 3 RBI with a single and a double. And Terrell Jacks goes 1 for 2 as well. On the other side for Sheldon, taking a look at their offensive numbers, 3 for 4 for Dylan Hansen at the top of the lineup. 2 for 3 for Dawson Prickle. 2 for 4 for Bruce Nealon. 2 for 4 for Cal Morgan. And that'll be it for the hits on the offensive numbers. Taking a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update, some of the other scores from around the Southwest Conference. South Medford does sweep South Eugene today, so the Panthers have clinched the Southwest Conference Championship this year, but the 2 wins against South Eugene leave the door open for Roseburg to move into second place in the conference standings. North Medford won 10-0. That must be a Game 2 final. So I got a feeling that North Medford might have swept Grants Pass today. They were leading last we knew in Game 1 of their doubleheader, 4-2 against Grants Pass, and it looks like they shut them out in Game 2, so I got a feeling that's going to be the case, which means that Roseburg does not clinch a playoff spot here today. If that is the case, they needed North Medford to lose at least 1 game. But Roseburg, if they win 2 out of their final 3, they will move into I believe they will move into second place in the Southwest Conference. I'll have to do more of the math on that. And yes, North Medford does sweep today. So North will go to 7-8 on the year. That means they move ahead of Sheldon for one of the playoff spots. South Eugene goes to 10-7, and Roseburg goes to 10-5. So the Indians will be in second place, South Eugene in third, and North Medford in fourth. Your top 4 spots all make it into the postseason. So a lot to be watching as we get to the final few games of the conference slate. Have I forgotten anybody? We got our Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning Player of the Game. We've got your Garrettson Building Supplies scoreboard update. This is the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. And we want to say thanks again to Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair, one of our sponsors for Roseburg Baseball this season. Wild finish here today. The Roseburg Indians come away with the sweep. Up next, again, the Sheldon Irish will be hosting Lincoln on Thursday for a non-conference game. The Roseburg Indians, their next contest coming up Tuesday on the road in Eugene against Willamette. We mentioned that this was the final home games of the regular season, although they could have a game against Westview at the very end of the schedule. That would more than likely be a endowment game possibly. It'd be after the rankings freeze, so it really wouldn't have an effect on anything to do with playoff positioning or anything like that. It might just be a kind of let's get another game in if we want to keep our teams fresh for the playoffs. But that one's kind of up in the air. It's on the schedule as of right now. There may not be a reason to play it, so the teams may not decide to get together for it. But that is that. So for Roseburg, this could be it until the playoffs when they might get a chance to host a home playoff game. We'll see that if that happens as the season wears on. But we'll be in Eugene next. The Indians take on Willamette on Tuesday. Then they'll be in Medford for a doubleheader down there to wrap up the conference slate. Tuesday's game starts at 4:30. Our coverage will start at 4:15 here on The Score, so make sure you tune in for that or you watch it online at 541radio.com. As we wrap things up, we want to say thanks to the Sheldon Irish for being here today. I know things didn't work out in their favor, so I can understand some frustrated feelings as they make their way back to Eugene. But prior to the games playing out, they were definitely very helpful in getting me ready for today's ball game. So we always appreciate when the opposing teams work with us to get us ready for the broadcast. As always, want to say thank you to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Troy Thompson, the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for his production work today. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We hope that you will tune in next time when the Roseburg Indians visit the Willamette Wolverines. We'll have coverage for you starting at 4:15 online on the video player at 541radio.com, or you can tune in for the game right here on Douglas County's home for sports, CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Cool, and this will be perfect timing to be able to go into the Beavers game coming up here at 4:30. Oh, my